database settlement system. Prior to Tradewin, I was the head of product and strategic ventures at IEX, the Investors Exchange, the newest fully licensed US securities exchange. Securities exchanges do a great job of aggregating capital across a large number of small investors and efficiently allocating it to a relatively small number of large companies. What first attracted me to the idea of what the team at Chroma was doing was the idea of using new technology and techniques to efficiently allocate capital to much smaller human scale enterprises. When I first met the team, I was interested to learn not only what they were doing, but why they were doing it. And it became clear that they were motivated by a desire to help small businesses and entrepreneurs to raise capital and create enterprise value, and by extension, benefit the communities in which they were operating. That seemed like a worthwhile endeavor, and one that I was honored to have a part in, at least as a mentor through the program this summer at Techstars. With that, I'd like to introduce Marcus Estes, the CEO of Chroma.
I did that, y'all. Thank you. Really appreciate that. When Domino's Pizza wants to borrow money, they issue a bond and they sell it on the corporate bond markets. When the neighborhood pizzeria across the street wants to borrow money, they go to their local bank. But banks reject 7 out of 10 business loans. Okay, this creates 2 problems. The first of which is terrible pizza. The second, I wrote that up. The second is it contributes to an uneven playing field that threatens to stagnate the growth of our entire economy. Now, luckily, both of these problems have the same solution. Today, Chroma is announcing a new trading platform for small business loans. Chroma gives small businesses who, let's remind ourselves, collectively employ over half of American citizens, a chance to borrow directly from a liquid market, the same way that a larger corporation does when they issue a bond. Now, today's investors need new high-yield bond products, so one might start by asking themselves, why hasn't this been done already? It's because there's a huge problem. Okay, so on public bond markets, there are only 3 kinds of AAA. However, in today's marketplace lending ecosystem, there are over 100. Okay, think about this. Lending Club, Prosper, On Deck. Each of these platforms serves as their own ratings agency. They calculate a risk ratings from inside of a black box, and then they tell the market, trust us. Trust isn't enough. Trust us is what we heard about the mortgage-backed securities that triggered the global financial crisis. Okay, so lack of transparency in risk rating is actually a major systemic problem that continues to threaten the health of financial markets. So let's discuss the solution. It's actually kind of obvious. On Chroma, investors are able to see all the data applied to each loan. Chroma is simply this. It's the first market dedicated to 100% commitment, open access to financial data, and open risk ratings, including credit algorithms. So we developed a new kind of market, not just a new market, but a new kind of market. And in the process, we reinvented the ratings agency. Let me show you how that works. So businesses begin by applying for loans directly on our website. This is a very traditional web form experience. But if they're approved for a loan, the data that they use to apply for the loan is stored securely on our blockchain, and funds are directly deposited into their account. Finally, secondary market investors get a whole view of every single loan on the platform. But unlike every single other marketplace lending platform in existence, we don't hide anything inside of black boxes. Investors are able to see every piece of loan data that the originators were. And through this process, we're making a very simple argument. When you have 2 markets to choose from, The market that shares the most data, and importantly, the best data, wins over time. Because Chroma is the only market that is strategically committed to sharing everything, we're poised to become the leading exchange for the $300 billion in SME loans that are currently primarily illiquid. It's a bigger market than people expect. Our business model is very simple. Borrowers are charged 4%, secondary market traders 50 basis points on each transaction. So importantly, let's discuss traction. It's a cool idea, most people agree. What have we been able to do with it? So we won South by Southwest earlier this year at Best FinTech Startup 2016. Thank you. That gave us the momentum we need to raise a small seed round. We got accepted into this program and completed product development over the summer. So starting just at the very end of August, we made a trip home to Portland, Oregon, and started doing product demos to small organizations that had loan books. We swiftly posted up $13.5 million in listed loan commitments. $13.5 million in 3 weeks. What we're able to do with this going forward is easily double it, working inside of just one state, our home, Oregon. 25 mil by the end of the year. By the end of next year, we're going to target $150 million in secondary market transactions. Chroma is not your traditional finance company, as Matt was hinting at. The reasons why we do this are strongly personal and ideological, and it informs the technical decisions that we're making. But as you get to know the team and realize what we've accomplished, you realize we're the perfect team for the job. In conclusion here, I'm actually going to derivate from my normal closing. I thought of something interesting. I spoke to many of you in this room over the course of the summer. I constantly assured many of you when hearing about the kind of social angle of what we do, hey now, I'm not trying to get anybody to sing Kumbaya. Now, I recently looked up what Kumbaya means. I've never done that before. It turns out it's not let's hang out around the campfire and hold hands. It was originally an African-American slave song, and they weren't saying Kumbaya, they were saying Kumbaya. Come by here. Speaking out to a larger power. Come by here. Come see what suffering exists here. We're not calling out to God, we're calling out to a market. But if you're looking for, let's say, returns, want to make a killing, or if you're looking to make a difference, I'm going to ask you all, Kumbaya. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Dolan. I work at Barclays.